Hi, I'm Marilyn Sanclementi of Stamp with Marilyn, and welcome to my creative playground. Tonight I'm going to show you some cards with the sweet jar, and it has a punch that goes with it, and then there's a Christmas set called Jar of Joy, and I've been playing around with that a little bit today. And so I have a few things to show you. So before we get started, I put this here for a reason. So next Wednesday is my next virtual stamp night, and I just wanted to show everybody this is one of the cards that we would be making. That's a slimline card, and I did this with the Happy Day set, which is one of the new online exclusives, and I love this. So this is a flip. I call it a swing card or a flip card, whichever way you want to go. And so this is a slimline, and then we're also going to make a regular A2. So this is a regular A2, and I made a Halloween card, and I love these little Halloween characters that we have. So aren't those cute? And that paper is beautiful. It's got so many different colors in it. This is what we're going to make. So pull out your paper and stuff. The registration is on my website there, or my Facebook page, and it's under events. Or if you're on my mailing list, go out to stampwithmarilyn.com and sign up for my mailing list, and you will see the registration there. So, okay, thanks for checking that out. And so this is the Sweet Jar and the Jar of Joy set, and this has a punch that goes with it. So there's a punch to punch the jar, and then there's a punch for the lid to the jar. And you can see that there's two different sets here, and this punch works for both sets. So if you like the set, if you want just the Christmas set, you can get the Christmas set, and as you can see, you've got the jar and the lid. And then the sweet jar also has the jar and the lid, but it has things for the whole year. So we've got jelly beans here. We've got cookies, we've got shamrocks for St. Patrick's Day, we've got hearts for love, we've got birthday candles, and so I'm going to show you a little bit of each of that. So these are the things that I have made so far, with this set. I did a really cool thing with the jar here, the extra hearts here, and I embossed some hearts, and this is the Christmas paper left from last year, and that paper carried forward, so. And then I embossed love on here, and then I built the jar, and then I used these from the Valentine's set this year. And then on the inside, I put My Heart Belongs to You. And again, I used the hearts to add to that. So that's a Valentine's Day one. This is a really cool, the shamrocks. And I used the set Friends for Life, this particular set, and this set did retire. I'm not sure if it's still available or not, but it's a set that I really like, that I will use. And what I did was I put on here Best Friend. So I just thought that was really cute. And then this one I had a lot of fun doing. Oops, and it's falling apart, or it's coming apart. I shouldn't say that. It's not falling apart. These are just kind of falling off. I did glue them down. I put a big glob of glue on, and then I kind of pushed them into the glue, and I did glue them down, but some of them keep falling off. So anyway, I just thought this was really cool. So what I tried to make was, I'm envisioning this as a kitchen wall with a shelf, and this is a jar that's flipped over, and it's filling this jar up. And what I did was I used window sheets to stamp this, and I used StazOn ink, jet black StazOn, to stamp the window sheet. Now, the lesson that I learned with this is do not try and use your punch to cut the window sheet, because it jammed my punch. I did get it back working again, but I did jam it. So you need to cut, if you're going to use window sheets, you need to cut those out with your scissors instead. And then I added a little treat for you, and then I did not add anything inside. But you can see that these are falling off. So I will have to add some more glue to this again later. So so those are my everyday ones. And then with the Christmas set, I really like this Christmas set. And we're going to use this tonight. And I will show you. So this is the snowman here, and I stamped that, and then I took some of the Christmas paper that we had last year, and I forgot about these gorgeous candles, so I cut those out, and then I took a couple of the trees off of that as well. And then this is Christmas paper that we had last year, and I said sending a jar full of cheer, and I did not do anything. Sorry, Rose, I did not do the inside. And then this one I put together, this is the Christmas ornaments, which are right here. And then I took this, may your heart be filled with joy. And I put that over here, and I stamped that on here. And then I used some of these little peppermint things that we had from last year. So, and I don't know, I didn't put anything on the inside, sorry. So I would add a Merry Christmas to both of those. What I want to show you tonight, I'm going to show you a birthday card. So let me grab that, the pieces for that, and then we're going to do another Christmas card. So for the birthday card, I put together, okay, so these are jelly beans, and when I stamped it, it didn't come out super clear, so I colored them in with my marker, but then the marker ran. And then these are the candles. So you just line that up and you just keep stamping them. And what I did was I used my markers to color the candles in for that. So, okay. And I love this paper. So I'll use it until it's gone. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I am going to cut this down to 4 inches by 5 1/4 for the front of the card. And this is Gorgeous Grape that I'm using. Okay, and I think I want the purple colors, so I want to use I want to focus on this side. So I'm going to do 4, and I'm going to do 5 1/4. There we go. So that leaves us a piece here. And then I'm going to cut a 1/2 inch off of this. And that is going to go on the inside. Okay, so this is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. This is going to go on the inside, and I'm going to put this on the bottom. Right here, okay. I know, I love this paper. This paper is so cheery. I'm sorry to see this set go. They weren't coming up at first. Okay, so I'm going to put this in here. And this is going to go this way. Oh, that's pretty too. Look at that. Okay, so now I have 2 sets. Where did I put them? Oh, here they are. Okay, I have 2 sets of the, I have a jar full of candles, I have a jar full of jelly beans, and I made 3 tops in different colors that go with the colors that I've been using for this. And I'm going to take this, and let's color the happy birthday. And where did I put it? I had it out. Here we go. I knew I had it out somewhere. Okay, so I'm going to color the happy birthday. And I'm going to use the blue, the Azure Afternoon, and I'm going to use the Gorgeous Grape. Oops. Sometimes these are hard to color and not get ink on something, you know, not get ink on the other letters. Of course, you can tell I just used it and I washed it because it's some of the ink's running. Okay, there we go. Okay, so let's do happy birthday. I was looking for a happy birthday that fit in the jar too. There we go. All right. Okay, and then what I wanted to do was I was going to line the jars up. I wonder if I should do like this. Maybe do like that. Oh shoot, is that gonna fit? I might have to overlap just a little bit. I probably should have done it. Oh, I could do it going this way. I could do happy birthday. I could do the candles. And then, yeah, that's gonna work better. That's definitely gonna work better. Okay. So I'm going to put these on. I've got my seal adhesive here. Let's see, let's line it up like that. There we go. Okay, now let's put some lids on these. And this one I'm going to trim just a tad off there. Okay. Let's put the blue lid up here. Oops. Got stuff on my glass mat. So we got to see a sneak peek of the fall catalog today. And I have to say there's some nice stuff coming out. I like the Christmas paper this year better than last year's Christmas paper. And then there's some pretty patterns for the fall too. There's two fall papers coming out. One's going to be in the online exclusives and one is in the catalog itself. And the one that's in the catalog is kind of a it's kind of an antique-y type paper. I think, did they call it a heritage paper, Rose? Was that it? Was that what it was called? Okay, so there we go. There's that. And then what I would do is put, let's do this. Sending a Little Sweetness. I just have to find the, okay, find the words here. Here's sweetness. Here's the happy birthday. We're sending a little, oh, here it is. Got it. Oops. Okay. Grab this, sending a little, oh, I know what this, okay. So this stamp, sending a little blank your way. So you can stamp, let's do, which color should we do? Where did I put the markers? There's the markers. Okay, let's do this. That's a tight top on that. Okay. Oh, that's cool. I did see that. And it dawned on me earlier and I forgot that they did that. It's a cool feature. Okay, and then I'm going to use the sweetness. Okay. And we'll do that in the middle. This would be a good card for my grandson. There we go. That's a neat feature. I like that. Always something new, right? Okay. Now, I did not bring over any embellishments. I know, Rose. I should have brought some embellishments over because I would put some different things on here. But I do really like this. So let's take, I've got my, oh, this is a nice juicy one. Wink Estella. I'm just going to add a little sparkle to these jelly beans. Okay. We also could add some sparkle to the candles too. Just add. Okay. Here we go. Okay. So there is that card. And then, where did my idea go for the Christmas card? Here we go. Okay. So this one, I'm using some of the Christmas paper from last year. You may remember this. It was a double-sided. There were a couple different patterns. There was these as well. So I'm using that. And I have stamped the gingerbread man and some of the cookies. And then this is a two-part stamp. Let me get this set out. So this one works like this. This part stamps the cookies, and then this is the outline of everything. So I did this in the brown in pecan pie because that's kind of the color of gingerbread. And then I used this one to highlight everything for those cookies. In this set, I have, there's cookies here, and then this is kind of, it could be, if you're making chocolate chip, it could be chocolate chips, but I was going to do red, use some red, and make these more kind of gingerbread cookies, but with like a red base to them. So let me stamp that first. And then the other thing I want to do is stamp, well, no, I'm not going to do that. Okay. And here's the piece for the red. So I've got red here. And I've got my pecan pie. There we go. So I'm going to ink this up with pecan pie. Came out pretty good. Okay, and now I'm going to use the red. Oh. Huh, there's little gold flakes in my red. Okay, and I'm just going to line this part up. So then they'll look like gingerbread cookies with little red specks, or little red decorative dots. And oh, what I didn't do, I have two little lids for these jars. Okay, so I have a piece of red that is 5.5 by 8.5. I'm going to score that at 4 1/4. Score not cut. There we go. And okay, I need to cut that down, and then this is going to go in the middle. Okay, so this piece of white, oops, the white's going on the inside, sorry. Okay, so for the outside of this, I want 5 1/4 by 4. Oops, wrong blade. Wow, that gives me a tiny little piece here that I can use for that. And then 5 1/4. Okay. So let's do this on the inside. Okay, and then I need my bone folder. Here it is. It's not staying down. Okay, there we go. So we're going to put that there. Okay, and I was going to put this here. Okay, and so let's put one jar here, the other jar there. Trim that extra off. That there. Okay, now, do we want to pop those up, or we could also is that going to fit? Just a little bit short. Okay. I've got a strip of this. Should I do that? No, I think that makes it that's too busy. Okay. So I'm going to put these here. And then I think what I'm going to do, I was going to use Wishing You the Sweetest Christmas, or actually I should put that could go down here. Sending a jar full of, let me see, I have a, oh, perfect. Ha, look at that. Perfect, perfect. This is it. Sending a jar full of. Put that one back. Take this one out. Okay, got it. And let's do that in red. There we go. Okay, so this is going to go down here. And let's put these on dimensionals. Oh, and then I want to do the wishing. I want to do this on the inside. Okay. So we'll do that in a minute. Okay. Dimensionals, where are you? I know you're here. There we go. Oop. Okay. I love that cute little gingerbread man. There is a larger gingerbread man in the new catalog. We can't show you the catalog, but we can talk about it a little bit. We can show you the cover of the catalog. There is a gingerbread man in the catalog, September catalog. There's some snowflake. There's two different snowflake sets. One's in online exclusives. One's in the catalog. 2 sets of fall leaves and trees. That there's some trees in the catalog with a pretty fall set, kind of a vintage fall set, and there's a set of leaves with some pretty paper in the online exclusives. So there's 2 fall sets, 2 snowflake sets, and then what else? I'm going to put a couple of these on. Remember these when no one could get them last year because they were on the list forever? And every time they came in, they were gone in half a day. Okay. And what was I going to do here? So I'm going to take the red and the green, and I'm going to color. So this is Wishing You the Sweetest Christmas. Okay. And here's my There's a really pretty Mary and Joseph also in the catalog, holding the baby Jesus. Oops. There we go. Okay. We could also take these ornaments. Where'd the ornaments go? There they are. And we can color those too. So let's do, oops, okay. I'll do that in the green. This one in green. And then I'll do this one in red. And let's put that up here. There we go. And then last but not least, there's a bow for that. I just need to, whoops, that's not the bow. That is the snowman's scarf. Where'd my bow go? There's my bow. Okay. Here's my little tiny There we go. Isn't that cute? This is a very cute set. Okay, so we have a Christmas, we have a birthday. Move these over. Here's another Christmas. So 3 Christmas. I guess I have 3 Christmas and I have 3, 4 of birthday / other celebrations, other holidays. St. Patrick's Day, Valentine's Day, birthday, just a fun shaker card, and then 3 for Christmas. So there's my collection of the Sweet Jar and Joy of, or Jar of Joy for the Christmas side of things. As you can see, it's a very, very user-friendly set and has a lot of alternatives with it. So, thanks so much for stopping by. If you're not on my mailing list, go out to stampwithmarilyn.com and you can sign up. And I send a newsletter out each week with different ideas and things with it. And then also I announce my classes and all that. Have a great rest of the week. It was very hot here today. I think it hit 95. And but it's supposed to cool down now for the next couple of days. So I'm going to like that a lot better. 80s is nice. 90s is a little bit high for me. But okay, have a great rest of the week and take care.